G'day guys, Craig here again with another episode of our Raised Rails. And today I thought we'd look at the traffic light situation. We've got some traffic lights here which we've had for a while. Mainly because I've been contemplating this job a little bit, but I've read the instructions a few times and we've worked out what we've got to do. Okay guys, so today we're using a product called Genie, which we got online, and I found it to be pretty good actually, which is a lot from me to say that, because usually we've got to make adjustments or it doesn't work to what we want it to do or whatever, but this is a pretty good product, and I'll show you that. That's the box that it comes in, so I should really fold that down so it looks like that. And so as we go along we'll learn more about that as well. There's a diagram inside. The instructions are very good. I think we'll have that down on our, or come up on the screen while I'm doing that. And it comes with plug-ins, comes with a board, all done. It's pretty small. 2.4 gigahertz transmitter, like a remote. Good. Bit like the train stuff actually. So very good. The board, I said before, good. Remote control the plugs. I've got some power over here which I've already wired in because I'm already using this for our railway crossing lights over here behind me. One channel has been used for that already, and that's power in. Now it's also, it can take AC power or DC. It's got its own onboard diodes. You can see them on the board, which means it doesn't matter which way the power comes in, the board will sort it out, which is pretty convenient, and it takes up to 16 volts. I think it takes more than that, but I'll say 16 for now because that's all we need it to take, which means it can run on your AC accessories off your transformer, which you can't use for much otherwise. So pretty convenient. We're using the track transformer AC side because for the same reason. We haven't got a lot of things we can run on that because it's not DC. So anything that is AC we prefer to use because we're using up something that we're not using. So we try to use everything, you know. However, it does take power away from the track if you're using it for your track as well. The one we're using is an older one which we destroyed a little bit because we put it under a bit too much load, I think. But the AC side was working quite well, no problem for lighting. So we're just using that as an AC power supply now, and now I've got a new one, a bigger one, 2 amp instead of 1 amp, and so I'm using for the track, and it runs the train only. We're not running any accessories off that one, and that one, because it's an upgraded product from the other ones, the same stuff but upgraded. It's a DC 16 volt accessories line. It's not AC anymore. They've changed that, so obviously for reasons of good. Then you can run LEDs and everything straight off because it's DC. You don't have to make your own little rectifier basically. So look, we'll get on with it, and I'm going to wire this up on the table today because not install them, because to install them I have to make bridge wires, extensions, and there are something like 6 or 8 wires, and you know, to make the extension part is a job on its own, which will probably be another episode I imagine when we go to do that. But these lights are going over here at the back on this intersection here. It'll be a T intersection near the crossroad, and we'll see that when we do that one, okay? And I think we might even be doing that. We'll do the street lights as well. We've got to do some work on the streets before we get that far, so that's why that's been delayed. And we're going to show you this wire up, just in case you've got lights at home you want to wire up, and rather than wait for us to install them and do that episode later, we can show you this now. So, and it's involved, it's on its, you know, it's a job by itself. So what we've got to do is, I'm going to wire up, I think, one set of lights and another set over here, and I would like the onboard computer on our board here to, apparently it can make the lights work in concession, so control the intersection. So even though I've got doubles, you don't have to wire doubles, and certainly not for today. When they're wired properly they will be doubles, but for today I'm just going to wire up. I want to wire the two of them up, so I want to see them working together, okay? And that's how far we'll go. So first thing we've got to do is to start stripping these wires down to get more wire. I'm only going to twitch them today. Ideally they'd be soldered and little sheaths over whatever, or perhaps maybe a block with the screws. We'll decide that when we put them in later, what we're going to do there, how we're going to do that. And but for today we're just going to twitch these up, so I've got to be careful that they don't join together. I might use a bit of sticky tape to keep them separate. We'll get on with it. So the first thing I have to do is strip these down. Now I'm going to do this the poor man's way. Now for the kids at home, maybe get dad or someone to do this for you, because I'm going to use a cigarette lighter. Like I said, I've got wire strippers and stuff, but the strippers I've got are really big, and these are small wires, so it doesn't work that well. But this does. So if you haven't seen this before, guys, done. Yeah. And we'll do one down here so you can see that up close actually. I've got a camera running down there. And rip that off. Did you see that? So, look, this is fine. Yeah. Electricians don't like this. I'm not an electrician. Okay, so I've got to do all of these now. Now I've showed you how to do them, so I'll see you when we get back. Righto guys, I've stripped those back and I've actually wired them up and just twitched them, and I've put them under some sticky tape, and you'll see on the close-up. What we're going to demonstrate here, remember we're just really testing the board, and we wanted to see the lights working. Now I've got them working on the table. You can pick them up actually and show you like that. And if that was a set of traffic lights, you have the red. Now the red LED on this one appears to be blown. We'll have to investigate that further, which won't be a big issue. Green for go, then amber, and then red for stop. And when they come back to green, you'll notice, like real traffic lights, the amber is missed and straight to green because everyone wants to race off the mark, you know. Just like real, but the amber comes on before the red. Now I think I can also adjust the timing on that on the light Genie, which I'm not going to go into today. But just to show you that they are working, that is the light Genie, and it's a plug-in arrangement on the board here. We've used channel 4 and channel 5 is for the other traffic light. Light Genie, I know you can't see it very well, but I showed you this before. So channel 4 and channel 5 is the lighting. Apparently this one will plug into 5 next to it, and it will operate the other lights, which is the other side of the intersection, and apparently it will turn the red light on, the green light comes on here, then the whole intersection should be red before this green light would come on. So we're not going to test that today, I'll be here all day. All we wanted to do today was to show you how this plugs in and works. We did have to run through a fair sequences. It's got quite a few sequences, about 20 different modes, and you just roll through, find the program, read the instructions, until you find the right mode that represents the traffic lights properly, and we go from there. So we're talking about the light Genie, okay, itself. So for now, I'll have to do some more wiring here. I've got to put this into a loom, so we can, they're not long enough, so I've got to make, the wiring gets pretty bad, right? I hope you like wiring if you're going to do this, but I've got to put these into, looks like about 4 or 6 lines or something, for each one. Okay guys, so we've showed you all that, and what we're going to do is when we do this, we'll put on the track, and we're going to do this when we do all the other lighting for the houses and the streets and stuff, which will be further on down, a couple of episodes on. Not exactly sure where we've got to slot that in. In the meantime, next week's episode, we are going to be painting the roads and just sort of just neaten them up a little bit. I think Brendan wants to put some footpaths and a few bits and pieces on the sides which we haven't got, and also maybe make a new road in here. But we're just going to have a look at that and start on that, because that's been lacking a bit. Well, not really lacking a bit, it is the end of the program, end of the project, so we couldn't do much until now. So that's coming up now, and it's like we've got to address that now. So we'll be doing that next week, and next episode. In the meantime, Thanks for watching. We're going to get going, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons. And if you want to be notified of our future videos, hit the bell icon, which will let you know when we release new episodes.